Hi, my name is John Baumgart. This is the first video that I'm putting online, and I'm doing this as a reaction to the terrible tragedy that we all know about that happened in Las Vegas. The reason I wanted to make a comment about it is on social media I've noticed a very common pattern where whenever an incident like this comes up, it's obviously it brings out our emotions. People become upset and they start asking, what can we do? Something has to be done. And people become frustrated, their political views come out, a lot of posts are shared. The issue is on the news cycles for 2 or 3 days, and then very slowly something else comes up, and the issue fades, and honestly, we don't think about it as much anymore, and I think that's being very realistic. I wanted to offer what I feel are some solutions. Sadly, and this is my opinion, I don't really think there's anything that any of us directly can do about mass shootings. Feel free to let me know your thoughts. I think even if you are a vigilante, as you would find in a comic book, and dedicated your life to trying to stop these, could you really be in this exact place at this exact time? And would you be able to prevent it? And I don't want this to be a doomsday type of video, but the point I'm trying to make is I feel that preventing mass shootings is very much out of our control. But I actually am offering some type of a solution, which I feel many really aren't. And it stems from a few areas. It's something I learned from a good friend of mine named Jesse is, to focus on what you have control in your life. And, it goes back to the issue with the mass shootings. I think it's out of our control, as sad as I say that. And it's not just in America. Germany has had a mass shooting, Norway. Those are countries with far, far stricter gun rules and far less guns. And I don't want to make this into a gun debate. I'm just trying to point out that this isn't just in America, but it makes it all the more important. And so what is my solution, you may ask? And I think this all relates to mental health. And that's where I'd like to start. That the one fact I'll bring up is 2/3 of all gun deaths are suicides. It's something a lot of us forget about. And I don't want to discount a mass shooting. It's terrible. But just think of that number. And feel free to fact check this. But 2/3. And that means that mental health is the common theme. Not just with guns, but we're seeing in America a tragic rise in opioid overdoses specifically. And I think mental health plays a role there as well. That you'll hear a lot of stories of people who had no addictive tendencies. They get into an accident and they become addicted to this. I think there a lot of times because it was readily available, the person might have used it once as a crutch, and then other issues happened. Things that maybe if they didn't have the opioids, they would be able to deal with, but it became something that they depended on, just like alcohol, just like food, video games, porn, all the different vices or pitfalls we have in our society. It's rarely an overnight thing, and I think it stems from habits. So, mental health is the theme here. And think about any of these mass shooters. None of them, I think we can all agree, were in a mentally sound state of mind. So my prescription or my thought, what can we do then? Mine is to be more proactive. We all have our own circle of friends. We all have our circle of family members, coworkers, clubs, religious groups, you name it. Think about all of those in your group. Is there anyone there that maybe needs to talk to someone? Is there anyone that you haven't heard from in a while that has been acting funny, that doesn't seem so right? Reach out to them. just say hello. You'd be amazed just by saying hi, or just by asking how someone is doing. You'd be amazed how much of an impact that can make. I think technology is great. We can do so many things with it, but a trade-off is, I feel it has been making us more isolated. And this isolation, I feel, is what can often lead, not always, but can lead to mental issues. That, humans didn't evolve or, grow up or whatever it is to be alone in homes. They were meant to be around people. Just by reaching out and talking to someone, you'd be amazed what kind of impact that could make. So that's something I would suggest trying out, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, and it's something that you have control over. Each and every one of us can reach out to those and see if there's anyone that just doesn't seem right. And if you don't know of anyone, then really there's nothing stopping you from volunteering. There's plenty of senior homes, VA hospitals, children's hospitals, where someone there would love just to talk to someone. And, I'm not saying that, you reach out to someone, that's going to stop mass shootings. But you never know that maybe if you started to form a bond or a friendship with someone who was going down that path, but then they realized they had something more, or they could talk to someone, maybe you steered them away from that path. You never know. And so the point of my video is to change the dialogue a little bit. I'm welcome. Feel free to add into the comments if you feel that you have any solutions where you can make an impact. I'm happy to welcome them. I don't want this to be a gun debate. There's plenty of sites and other things for that. The issue is a reaction to this, of course. But I'm trying to offer, something tangible, something that all of us can do that we feel we have control over. And you'd be surprised by just saying hello, reaching out, the little effort that it takes, 5 minutes perhaps, doesn't cost anything. You'd be amazed the impact that you can have. And then you really do have control over something. And so I intend on sharing this, sadly, whenever there is a mass shooting, as a reminder. This is the impact I feel that I can make out of something that I have no control over. So thank you.